Hey guys, Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're actually going to be taking a look at an interview that Ned Luke did with the website The Gamer, where he talked about some of the behind the scenes of Rockstar's biggest game, Grand Theft Auto 5. He discusses his relationship with Trevor on scene and off the set, as well as a secret character he played and how he'd like to see DLC for GTA 5. We'll be talking about all of that in this video today, and a whole lot more. So like I just mentioned, Ned Luke, who is the likeness and voice of Michael DeSanta in GTA 5, did an interview with the website The Gamer, and this interview was conducted by Kirk McNeed, and I'll leave a link to the entire interview in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Ned and Kirk talk about a lot of really cool, like, behind-the-scenes subjects. Ned talks about his personal life a bit. He talks about working with Rockstar. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the more interesting highlights from the interview, but you should definitely feel free to check out the entire thing for yourself, and that's why I'll leave a link to that in the description. So what's pretty funny is at first, Ned Luke didn't even want to work for Rockstar. He didn't even want to be a part of GTA 5. He said, I was like, I'm not going to do a video game. What would I want to do a video game for? I'm an actor. And Ned Luke ends up remembering that they said, well, it's Rockstar, and he goes, who the hell is Rockstar? He only really knew one big video game at the time, and that was EA Sports, like SSX Tricky, which was his favorite game. But when the audition came around, he said, so I looked at the audition material, and I went from, I'm not doing that game, to ain't nobody else doing it. It was perfect. It was what turned out to be the opening scene with Dr. Friedlander. So how funny is that? The first scene that we see, present-day Michael in is actually the first scene in which Ned Luke saw with his character, which is a hysterical monologue between the two of them. So that, in my opinion, is amazing. That is what sort of brought him in to playing the role of Michael. And Grand Theft Auto 5's auditioning process was interesting because obviously there's multiple characters, at least multiple main characters. So Rockstar had to do a good job about pairing the right Michael with the right Trevor and also with the right Franklin. Now, in this instance, he talks about his relationship with Stephen Ogg, who ultimately plays Trevor Phillips in-game. So Ned Luke explains that the way it works was kind of like an act-off, and the callbacks were also very interesting. They brought in multiple actors for the same character, seeing which ones would mesh together the best. And he talks about a funny interaction with Stephen, where Ned Luke said, I said to Stephen, how did that feel to you, man? He wasn't very forthcoming, but I was like, my guy sucked. And then he goes on to say that they both got their chances next, and going on to say the chemistry was just stupid. It was so on the money. We basically threw the scripts down and just went. It was cool, man. It was good. We smacked each other because it was kind of a physical scene. There was a shove, a smack, there was a block, all this sort of stuff going on. And he goes on to say, when we came out, I said to Steven, I don't know about me, pal, but you're booking this thing. He's down there getting on his bike like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, dude, I'll see you on the set. So it sounds like it was pretty clear from day one that Michael, or I should say Ned, really wanted Steven to play Trevor, just due to the amount of chemistry that they had pretty much from the moment they walked onto the stage. It's kind of like the expression love at first sight. In this instance, it's, actor that you're going to work best with at first sight. It's like Ned Luke knew that Stephen Ogg was the right kind of guy for Trevor. And that's pretty awesome. Now, Ned Luke goes on to talk about his relationship with Stephen and Trevor on the set, going on to say, our set was very loose, pretty crazy, and a lot of fun. Stephen is very free with his farts. We'd give him a lot of you-know-what about all that all the time. Then every day after we worked, he would strip down to his underwear and run around stage. He's a freak show. He's so far distant from Trevor that you would not believe. In a way, yeah. In another way, he's not even close. Very artsy-fartsy with an emphasis on the fartsy. I call him a methane actor. We had this thing where we could order healthy food with a lot of stuff in it that makes you fart. He likes to eat healthy. If you see the guy, he's jacked. So it sounds like they had a very almost like fraternity-esque relationship on stage. And that is probably what made working on this game so much fun for these two actors as well as everyone else involved in the project. And Ned Luke goes on to say that he was given a lot of freedom as well, and that ended up helping his character. In fact, one of Grand Theft Auto 5's most iconic lines, you forget 1,000 things every day, make sure this is one of them. That's actually a line from a fictional in-universe movie called Arthur Penny's Sanatorium, but it reads slightly different. We forget 1,000 things every day. Can't we just make this one of them? And Luke ended up hating that. He said, for some reason, it didn't flow with me. He remembers, I was trying really hard to say it, then Rod came up to me and he goes, I want you to say the line exactly as it's written. And he said, okay, I'll try. So it's funny how, like, so many iconic moments like that from GTA 5, whether it's famous quotes or, very impactful scenes, are like decided by what the actor wants to do versus what the director wants to do, and just how it ends up sounding and flowing. Ned Luke also goes into detail about the famous line he gave for the opening trailer. He said one day he was working on set and the director pulled him into a side office. He produced a tiny scrap of paper from his pocket and asked the actor to read it in character. And he goes, okay, why did I move here? I guess it was the weather, or that thing, that magic, and on through. And Luke explains, he goes, okay, thanks, and then out we go and start shooting. And a month later, Ned, Luke, and the crew are called over to watch a big screen of the reveal, which is the very first gameplay trailer being live streamed to the entire world. So how cool is that? He was just taken aside one day to say those famous lines that ended up being the first words we heard from him in the very first trailer. Now, a couple of other things that are interesting from the interview. Ned Luke talks about a secret character that he actually worked on in another Rockstar project, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, for that game, he admits he did mostly extra mocap work, although he did play a moonshiner at one point, but his lines were redone with another actor. He goes on to say, I did a cool character voice with a lisp. Nobody would have connected me with Michael, but they took my voice out and had somebody else do it. And they sounded like an accountant. Maybe I sucked. My ego says it was that I didn't want to become Where's Michael? I wish I had a real part in it. And we've actually covered this in a previous video because, believe it or not, that moonshiner still kind of sounds like Ned Luke and also definitely looks a lot like Ned Luke as well. So maybe Rockstar did like the bare minimum to change his voice, but ended up keeping the same character appearance. It is still cool that he has worked to a degree on Red Dead Redemption 2. And last but not least, they talk about how he is a semi-retired actor now, but would love to be pulled right back into a life of crime, where he says, I would love to do DLC. That would be awesome. So it kind of makes you wonder if we will see Ned Luke either doing a single-player DLC for GTA 5, or will he star in an update in Grand Theft Auto Online? There's been a lot of rumors and reports lately, especially with the upcoming Heist DLC that we know will be announced later this year, and also with the re-release and arrival of Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. There's a chance that Ned Luke's character Michael could very easily appear again. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about all the topics we discussed in this video today, like Ned Luke wanting to work on a DLC for GTA 5, the secret character that he played in Red Dead Redemption 2, his time working on the game offset and off the set. I'm telling you guys, this is a really well done interview, so I'll leave a link to the entire article in the description, where again, you can check it out for yourself. There's a lot that we didn't get to cover in this video, so I highly recommend it. But like I said, let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.